Hi everyone. Welcome back to New West Reset. Frankie here, and wow, have I ever got a treat for you today. Today we're checking out the old McDougall School, pretty much right in the heart of downtown here in Calgary, Alberta. And it says it was built in 1907. It's a pretty big school. Anyway, stick around, let's check it out. I'll be right back. Okay, so here we are at the old McDougall School, 3rd Avenue and, 4th Avenue and 6th Street Southwest here in Calgary. Like I said, right downtown. Beautiful, beautiful old building with tons of great detail. Sandstone building, sourced, so they say, according to the narrative, sourced by, from one of the local quarries here. Got another shutterbug. How you doing, bud? So yeah, wow, like this thing is just mind-blowing. I mean, it just boggles a fellow's mind. Like portals galore, just all kinds of crazy detail on this thing. Beautiful, huge stone pillars, arched windows everywhere. I mean, pretty fancy for a school, no? And of course, as you can see, you've got to go up a whole schwack of stairs and then a whole schwack more stairs just to get into the main entrance of the thing. Let's go up to the front here. I think there's plaques and stuff up here we can have a peekaboo and see what's going on. So the date on there, 1907. You know, so I mean, that's got to be accurate, right? Because you can't just, you know, dink that into some medallions and slap it up there. So, you know, that's got to be true. It says it right there on the building there, fellers. Anyway, beautiful detail on this thing. Look at that. For a school out in the prairies for the childrens of cowboys and ranchers. 1907, that's all that was here. Oil wasn't discovered in them there hills here yet. The railroad had just barely come through about 10, 12, 13 years earlier. So there's nothing here. There was cattle ranches and farmers, and that's about it. So, you know, you got to build this giant stately structure just for the little ones to learn their ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. But that being said, I mean, I'm not making fun of the thing. The thing is a beautiful, beautiful building. I mean, this is one of the most spectacular old sandstone buildings in the city. So yeah, let's take a look around the perimeter of this thing, because I know there's a bunch of low windows below ground level. There's like 5 different levels to the grounds of this place. Because over the years, obviously, they've landscaped it. This used to be a fountain here, and then they said, it's too high maintenance. So now they just put a flower garden. There's an entrance to underground parking under here. There's a parkade underneath this, because there's office buildings all around here. Yeah, we'll take a walk around the perimeter. Take a look at as much as we can, anyway. You can see we're making our way down. This walkway slopes down here. They've made this into a beautiful city park, which is nice. So you can come by here and check this thing out. They have it all lit up at night. It's quite nice. Still have their rodeo signage up there celebrating the old Calgary Stampede. Yeehaw! You know, that was just a couple of weeks ago here. So you can see these are really low. And then that whole stairway unit to go up to the main entrance, there's vents and stuff underneath there. And all along here, all these windows are really low, because at the front of this, the ground level is here, right? You can see, or here, well, here or here. So, I mean, those windows would be buried. And I think in some parts of this building they are. They've had to put pebbles and everything down in there for drainage, because, you know, it's that same old story, right? Of water getting in there, moisture, rain, melting snow. That's the entrance to the underground parkade. So that tells you right there, you know, makes you wonder how low this goes if they can access it from an underground parkade. So, you know, when you build a school, safety first for the kids, so you got to have a door like 3.5 or 4 feet off the ground with no stairs or anything. So that's weird. A nice little terrace there, pergola above it. That's beautiful, beautiful old place. Now it looks to me like they've done what they often have to do around here, is after a while the sandstone gets worn and eroded, so they shave it. It looks like that's what they've done here. This thing has been renovated multiple times, and of course added onto. They've got modern additions, and like I said, they've landscaped it, but you can see the rough hewn sandstone here is quite worn, and then above it you can see sort of a texture to it, and that's where they've had to sort of shave or chip away at it because it started to erode, right? And what happens is it discolors the windows, it discolors everything. If this lower level was brick, it would have discolored all the brick. And we see that ad nauseum here, so it doesn't surprise me that they've had to do some maintenance. That said, you can see how thick those stones are, how deep they go in. Now they're at least a foot, some a little thicker. But see, again, you know, funny doors and vents underneath where the main doors are. Just tons of beautiful detail. Sorry for the glare. It's super hot. Beautiful day here today. It's creeping up on 30 degrees Celsius, which is in the low 90s Fahrenheit, and that's it's hot for these parts. So there you can see a date of 1986. That's when, you know, these additions were put on, and the majority of the renovations were done. After that, it's just been sort of maintaining it after that major renovation in the 80s. Looks like they're still working on stuff here. Landscaping, path closed. There used to be a wading pool down here, but see, again, I don't know, it must have been too high maintenance or something. But you can see it's beautiful grounds, beautiful gardens here. A lot of people from the neighboring office towers will come here and spend their lunch break. So it's quite nice. Anyway, we can't get down this side. We'll go down the other way we came and around, and we'll check out over here, and then we'll check out the south-facing side. This is the west facade, or west-facing side of the building. I'll just take you all the way up. You can see how huge this is. Now, this wasn't added in 86. It's part of the original structure, but all of this stuff was added in 86. Just incredible. What an incredible building. Like I said, awfully fancy for a school for a bunch of farm kids. Well, I mean, there was city folk. By 1907, Calgary was already a city, but like I said, it was only something like 5,000 people or so. I think in 1910, it was around 10,000 people, if memory serves. It's, I almost fell down the stairs. Yeah, so this is all new addition, made to look, to match, and they can, source that same sandstone locally, right? This is all blocked off. They're working on it. Go around this way here. I'm running out of battery, so I'm gonna have to wrap this thing up real quick here. You can see beautiful arched window details all around, even the lower windows that are really, really low. A lot of them look like they're shooting right down, but they're all arched as well. Just come around to this last side of the building, nice shaded side, so die of heat exhaustion. This is the south-facing side of the building. It's like there's different doorways than on the other side where we're seeing that door like 3.5 feet off the ground. This one, it looks like windows instead. So did they add that door after the fact, or did they change what used to be a door here to windows? Because I know back in the day, a lot of these old schools, they had separate boys and girls entrances. So it could be at one point this was boys' entrance window and the other side was girls, or vice versa. That's a possibility. There you go. If you could barely see, lots of little bobules up on the thing too. It's just got a lot of gorgeous detail on it. We'll swing around back to the front one last time and have one last wide shot of it, and I think that'll do it. All right, so here we go. One last shot at the front of this thing. Again, you can see the little low windows. There's the entrance there. This is ground level here, so these would have been below ground at some point. So awfully suspicious and awfully huge and awfully fancy to be a school in 1907 in Calgary, Alberta. But with that said, she's a beauty, and I was really happy that I got a chance to share with you good people here today. So with that said, I think that's going to seal the deal here today at New West Reset for the McDougall School, now called the McDougall Center, by the way. So as always, thanks for shooting in and joining me. appreciate it as always. Let me know what you think down below there. Just beep boop bop it for me, and yeah, tell me what you think. And until the next one, have a good one. All right, take care, everyone.
Tell